Hello and welcome to another great tutorial brought to you by Syntax Technologies. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to download and configure Selenium WebDriver. So without further ado, let's get started. Go ahead and open your favorite browser. And I want you to navigate to selenium.dev site. So type selenium.dev and hit enter. Once you hit enter, you will be navigated to the Selenium WebDriver homepage. And in this page, you can read about the documentation, what Selenium is and what it does. And you can navigate to the downloads page as well. Selenium provides different components such as Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IDE, Selenium Grid, and Selenium RC. But for now, we want to download Selenium WebDriver. So click on the download tab and then scroll down to where it says Selenium Client and WebDriver Language Bindings. So under this title, you see that Selenium supports different programming languages. It supports Ruby, Java, Python, C#, JavaScript. So for now, we're going to use it with Java programming language. So we will have to download it for the Java. Now, Selenium provides different versions. So as you see here, which has download here, and then we have another link which says alpha download. So for now, the alpha download is the Selenium 4, which is not stable. It's experimental version and it's still under test. So we would like to go and download the version 3, which is mostly used by different companies. Okay, so go ahead and click on the downloads. This will download a zip folder into your downloads directory. Now go ahead and open your downloads directory. It's the same for Windows users, so you can open your downloads directory. And from here, this is a zip folder that we just downloaded. And this zip folder contains the libraries of Selenium WebDriver. So what we need to do, we need to move this to a secure location. But prior to that, we have to extract this folder. So the way to extract it in Mac OS, you just need to right click and click on open, and this will extract it. But for Windows user, you will, once you right click on it, here you will see an option which says extract all, and then you have to select a location and then you can extract it, or you can extract it in the downloads folder. Now let's go ahead and move this folder into a secure location so that way we don't accidentally delete it. So I will copy this and I will store it in my documents. So in here, I'm gonna create a new folder and I will name it as a jar files. And I will paste the folder here. So if I open this folder, as you see, I have some jar files. So this .jar extension, which has, these are the jar files. Jar stands for Java archive. So basically a collection of classes and packages is called jar files. And inside the libs folder, I also have another jar file. So these are the files that I need to add it to my project. Then I will be able to write Selenium codes. So now you want to go ahead and open your Eclipse, and in here create a Java project. So I will name this project Selenium and I will hit finish. So as usual, you will have the JRE system library and the source folder. Now to add, there are different ways you can add Selenium jar files in here. So first way is right click on your project and you go to properties, and in here you always make sure you click on the libraries. So this is the location where you can add other libraries or other jar files to your project. So this is your project configuration. As you see, it says properties for Selenium. It means properties for this current project that I have open. So you can add external jars from here. And for Windows user, you still have to come to libraries, but here you might or might not see different options such as a class path and module path. If you see class path and module path, this button will not be enabled, it will be disabled. So what you need to do, you need to select class path. Make sure you select the class path and then you click on add external jars. So once you click on add external jars, you will be navigated to one of the location in your system, and make sure you navigate to the location where you just save the jar files. In my case, I saved it inside the jar files, and in here I have Selenium Java. So I will add all the jar files. So I just need to add these jar files. So as you see, I added these two jar files, and in the meantime I will go again and add the jar files that are inside the libraries. So I can select all of them at once, and I will click on open and apply and close. Now as you see, before we had only JRE system library, now we have referenced libraries. Now inside here, if you open it, you will find out that the jar files that we just added, it's displayed here. Now the reason I wanted to move it to a secure location is that, as you see, these jar files are coming from this location. If I accidentally delete it from that location, then I will not be able to work with Selenium, and then you will have errors all over your project. So for that reason, make sure you keep it in a secure location. And this is how you configure Selenium WebDriver into your Java project. Now, in order to work with different browsers, Selenium cannot directly work with your browser. If I write Selenium codes and I want to open the Chrome browser or Firefox browser or Safari, I will not be able to directly talk to these browsers through my Selenium in Java codes. What I need to do is I need to have a mediator in between, so that way I can communicate with the browser, and that mediator is called drivers. So each vendor, which is Chrome, Firefox, and Safari, they all provide drivers for Selenium. So let's go ahead and download those drivers, and then we can add it to our Selenium project, and then we can code from there. So again, open your Chrome browser, and in here, before we downloaded this, now I want you to scroll a little more down. Make sure you are on selenium.dev/downloads, and in here scroll a little more down. Here it says third-party drivers, bindings, and plugins. It means these drivers are coming from Chrome and Firefox and Safari, and they are the one providing these drivers. Now, the way to download is you click on the browsers. Once you click on the browser, this is where you see all the supported browsers. So in here, I'm gonna download the Firefox and I'm gonna download the Chrome driver. So first of all, let's go ahead and download the Firefox. Alright, so first of all, let's go ahead and download the Chrome. So click on documentation, and in here, as you see, we have different version. We have 81 and we have 80. So don't blindly go ahead and select one. I want you to make sure to check the version of your Chrome and then download the corresponding version. To check the version of your browser, you go to you click on these three dots and you go to settings. Inside the settings, on the left hand side, you will see about Chrome. So click on this link. Here you can see which version you have currently installed on your Mac OS or on your Windows. So as you see, I have version 80. It means I have to download this 80. So make sure you select the right version. It's very important. If you don't select the right version, then you're gonna face some issues. All right, so I will click on this, and you will be navigated to this page, and from here it supports different programming languages, so the Linux, Mac OS, Windows 32. So Windows user, please select Windows 32, and Mac users select Mac 64. Click on download, and then it will be downloaded into your downloads directory. Again, let's go back to the downloads page and let's download the Firefox this time. So for the Firefox, click on the documentation, you will be navigated to this page. As you see it, we have different versions here. From here, click on Gecko driver releases, and in here scroll down. Again, you will see different versions and different operating systems supported. So this is the different operating systems that it supports: Linux, Mac OS, Windows 32, Windows 64. So for Mac, I'm gonna use this for Gecko driver. So click, and another zip folder got downloaded. Now let's go ahead and navigate to our downloads directory. Yes, I have the Chrome Mac OS driver and I have the Gecko driver. Go ahead and extract both. Windows user and Mac user, go ahead and extract it. So I will open, this is the Chrome driver that got extracted, and the Firefox driver is known as a Gecko driver. So I will extract this as well. And these are the two drivers that I just downloaded. Now let's go ahead and move these two drivers into a secure location. So I will copy both, and I will go to my documents, and in here I will create a new folder and I will name it drivers. And in here I'm gonna paste both drivers. Now we can leave it here and we can access it from Eclipse workspace, but that's not a good practice. What we need to do for convenience, we just need to move it here into our project. So let's create another folder in here. We can create the folder from here. Click on new and folder, or if you don't have this option, folder here, click on others and you will be able to add a folder. So click on folder. If this is closed, make sure you open general, and in here click on folder and give it a name. I will name it as a drivers. So make sure you name it as a lowercase, do not capitalize it. So finish, and inside here I can paste it. If I right click, I can paste it from here too, but that's not a good practice. If you do it this way, there is a high chance that these drivers will get corrupted. So we will have to go from Eclipse workspace and find this project, and inside this project we will have to paste it inside this driver folder. So let's navigate to Eclipse workspace. So I will click on go to Windows user. Please go to your C drive users inside Eclipse workspace, and in there you will see your project. Open your project, and inside there you will see the drivers folder. So for Mac users, click on go to and click on go to folder. In here just type same thing, / Eclipse workspace. So when I click on go, now I have the Eclipse workspace open for me. Now inside here I have many projects. So what I have done is that I have created another workspace which is syntax, and inside here I have my Selenium project. So I will open this, and this is the project that I have created inside the Eclipse workspace. So I will open this project, and yes, I do have this drivers folder that I created there. So open the drivers folder and manually paste both drivers. Do not copy and paste it through the Eclipse interface. So I have both drivers here now. Now if I open my Eclipse, I still don't see those drivers that I put it here. If I see it, I will be able to have an arrow and I can open and close it. So just to bring them here, you just need to hit refresh, right click and go to refresh. Once you click on refresh, yes, both drivers are here. Now if you want to add any other driver, follow the same procedure. Go there and add it to your drivers folder, and then from there make sure you manually add them into your project. And that's all about configuring the Selenium WebDriver into your Java project and adding the drivers into your Java project. I would suggest to please go ahead and create another project and do few time practices, so that way you get used to it. Alright, and if you want to add the jar files can be added from the properties. Click on properties. you go to libraries, and then you click on add external jar. Another way to come here is you right click and you click on build path, and then from here you click on configure build path. This is the easiest way of going to this location. So these are the two ways you come to this location, and you click on add external jars. And in the course we're gonna talk about what jar files are and the things that we added, what classes and what packages are there. We will learn that in details. And yep, that's all. If you have any question, please reach out to any of our instructor. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.